there behind us. And yes, this is the stream you are looking for. That's a little bit better. Let me know if them lights, you guys, as you're popping in, if those are distracting. And they're kind of like reflecting off of stuff. I don't know. I can always go turn off the lights in the case. Strange dog, what's going on, buddy? So, we're gonna be going through some Star Wars figures here that I picked up today. I didn't realize till I left the store we are missing an IG-88 Imperial Blaster, and they were both in his hands when I bought it. So I'm wondering when they were ringing it up if it didn't fall out and land on the counter. I mean, that's the only option because they went from the counter to a bag to my house. Well, let's kill the background lighting. Yeah, I probably should do all of them. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that was just too much reflection on my end. But anyways, so every time I buy something new, I make a solution, some Dawn dish soap. And these are in amazing condition. So really, I think it's just going to be like a dip and then rinse them. Also have just clean water. And of course, then we're just going to dry them off. And nice little refreshing Line and Google Summer Shandy. And we'll talk a little bit about these figures as we're going through and getting stuff cleaned up. All right, so the only guy not getting dipped is Bib Fortuna. And Bib from 1983. I did not check. Yeah, there's the Lucasfilm made in Taiwan. There's the year. Okay, so that is one I did not check. So three of these were out of the case. This one was not out of the case. They did have one with the bow or staff, whatever we want to call it, for I don't know 30 something. This was just like in one of their little prepackaged deals over on the wall, missing the bow, but he did have his robe on for 15 bucks. So hopefully I can actually I thought I had a reproduction, and I don't. So hopefully, which is good then because that was for me, the reproductions are until I can get the actual weapon, just so stuff displays really nice. Like this black case back here, that is the display for all of my Star Wars figures. But I'm not going to dip him because I'm not going to, just the way that his headpiece here, whatever we want to call that, a tail, the way that it wraps around everything, I don't know, let me, yeah, it's just not worth it. It is not worth it to try to take that robe off to clean the figure underneath. I mean, it looks really clean. The felt's really clean. There's not any like lint or anything on it even. So maybe I'll clean like his head a little bit. But y'all, you know what? I'll grab a Q-tip. I'll clean his head with just a Q-tip. So that'll be pretty easy. So then the oldest two that I have are both from the 79. Was 79 maybe. This was 21 back, I think. And that is X-Wing fighter pilot Luke Skywalker and who shot first, Greedo or Han Solo. Both complete with their blasters. They both have a Rebel blaster, it looks like. Yeah, I think that's a Rebel Blaster. Luke's is black. Greedo's is the blue black. And those Greedo, uh, $32.99. And X-Wing Luke, $36.99. So I paid a little bit more for that. I think that Luke may be the most expensive. No, no, no. The one that the weapon got lost on. Not because it was that Imperial blasters are $20 all day long. I mean, it's a $20 figure without that blaster, and I paid $38.99 for it. So, and if I was to go in and be like, "Hey, I think this Imperial blaster fell off of this thing. Do you have it?" Because it's one of the most sought after Star Wars weapons, especially for people troop building, because that's the weapon that stormtroopers used. They're probably going to be like, "No, it was probably with it. You're trying, you know." It's just I can't prove it that it fell off in the store, unfortunately. But so Greedo, I'm gonna write stuff down just so I don't mess up. Oh yeah, and we already mentioned the IG-88 from 1980. And he does have his long rifle, and he's missing his Imperial blaster, unfortunately. So he's the only one that has a rifle, so that'll be easy enough to remember. And we're going to drop both of those into our solution. Luke's blaster. Get my Scare Glow pen out. Luke has the black Rebel blaster. Actually, I need to double check that against my book here too, just to make sure. Greedo, blue black blaster. Alright. So Ian, what's new and exciting, my friend? Been to any wrestling shows lately? Saturday night's main event's on tonight. I don't know, I wasn't all that impressed with the card. And I don't know how impressed I am with SummerSlam to this point. Okay, so everything's going to get a quick soak there, and I'm going to look at... So I've had this book for quite some time. It's the Star Wars The Ultimate Action Figure Collection. So we're going to kind of double check our weapons and make sure that they are what they're supposed to be with the figure. So what's going to be for Bib Fortuna, because this is by alphabetical order. Get past a whole bunch of battle droids. There is a battle, I'll show you here in just a second. There is a battle droid I am looking for. Oh, I guess I didn't need to look Bib up, because I know I don't have Bib staff. But here's the staff that's supposed to come with Bib. So you can see right there. That's what he's supposed to have, is that staff. But while I'm thinking about it, so I found out there was a firefighter battle droid. So yeah, check this guy out right there. That is something that needs to make its way to my collection. Greedo. Let's check Greedo. Greedo and Luke's the only things I need to check, really. Oh, we're Han Solo. Back up some. Greedo. Yeah, I think that is blue-black. So it looks like he did have the blue-black. It's a lot easier to tell if it was the blue. The like the darker blue, like the blue-black, is a little bit harder to tell. All right, Luke Skywalker. Where's the vintage stuff at? There we go. So Luke Skywalker, X-Wing pilot, and... Oh, actually, his Bespin fatigues is the picture beside it. The Bespin fatigues, he does have a blue And the X-Wing is the Black Rebel Blaster. All right, perfect. So they do have the correct weapons with them. So let's clean some of this stuff. And anybody's popping in, please drop a like for me. I'd very much appreciate that. All right. I wonder if I can... I think that'll work for a few minutes. Like I said, these are in pretty good shape. So really it's just getting any surface dust off of it. There's not really any gunk on them. So I don't want to like get too crazy with action figures that are, you know, especially M79s, you know, they're coming up on 50 years old. And Greedo, look, a little teeny tiny paint wear on the back of that one leg, and that's it. Like, I didn't even notice that earlier. Really, this is like my starting point for like all figures. Like, start with Dawn, go from there. Depending on if there's markings on them, as if you're gonna need to go any further. If they're like stuff with like metal parts, I do not submerge them. Star Wars, I'm not too worried about. G.I. Joes, I don't, because they'll rust the screws. Luke's got one little mark on it. That might be supposed to be there, actually. I'm not sure. A lot of people with this Luke thought that that was dark hair, and then realized, you know, later on that that's actually like the visor that you see up there sticking out of the helmet. All right, where's the blasters at? I'm not really too worried about them. I was just really submerging them just to get any germs off. And we'll put those over here in our, what was clean water, now it's a little sudsy. All right, let me grab a Q-tip and we'll go from there with cleaning bib. Put the camera back up. What's going on, everybody? And I'll be right back. Let me get that. Actually, downstairs I have like a whole kit basically that I use for cleaning my figures. Has like some Windex in it, some alcohol. What is it, Mr. Clean? Actually, you know what? That might be up here because I just bought a new pack. Magic Eraser. So I use some. Magic Eraser to me is like last resort kind of stuff. All right, let's get some of our Dawn solution on the Q-tip. We're just gonna clean his head a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of dirt on there. That's kind of why I wanted to do that. Probably just some surface dust for the, I mean, it's in a glass cabinet. Or no, this was not in a glass cabinet. So everything else was in a glass cabinet. So that's why it was as clean as it was. But yeah, I do not want to submerge this figure. Any dust near his feet? Yeah. Yeah, now I need to get on eBay and Mercari and see what his staff is going to cost me. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. Oh, I need to get some figure stands out for these also. I did not think of that. Clean up my mess as I'm going. And get everybody else out of the rinse. I did try my luck earlier this week with a stormtrooper, a cloud car pilot. What else did I throw in there? Admiral Akbar. Akbar didn't have any fading or nothing like that, but just because he is mostly white, I did go ahead and add him to it. But I did make a peroxide solution and put it in a canning jar. Canning jars work very well. You can also use a baggie, get all the air out of it, and then to kind of speed the process up a little bit, then you can use like a UV light, and that really works well on whitening up these figures. Especially, well, the Stormtrooper wasn't terribly bad. My Cloud Car pilot had a leg that was turning yellow, which anybody that does not know, it's not sun damage that's turning your figures, especially the white ones. It's not the sun that's turning your figures yellow. Card back, stuff like that, that stuff the sun's going to damage, but sun's typically not damaging your figures. The ABS plastic, that has to be like a fire retardant in there to stabilize it. So there's like a bromine, I think it's bromine is what it's called, that's in a lot of these plastics, and the lighter plastics. That's why you start getting discoloration. Like you might see the torso getting yellow or the legs and arms getting more yellow, but it's 100% a chemical compound that's yellowing it. But the good thing is that can be reversed by throwing that in that solution of peroxide, and UV lighting works very, very well. All right. So our rifle's pretty clean. You know what? I might get out my repro, my box of repro stuff, and compare it with the actual vintage Star Wars weapons. They're softer. That I can tell. Like the actual counter stuff, like you could tell the 3D print stuff, like it's like very stiff, to whereas these have a little bit of flex to them. But I'm just curious as like a look, like how close they really are. All right, so I'm gonna kind of sandwich that in this towel for a minute. All right, so we're gonna get some figure stands out and the repro weapons and just kind of do some comparison. Okay. So something else that I did, I bought this at Menards. Forget what I paid for it now. But it has removable trays in it. So like this tray, I have figure stands. This tray, I have O-rings for like 3 3/4 G.I. Joe. And those dumbbell rubber pieces you see, those are for Masters of the Universe. And then I have just, you know, some screwdrivers, pair of needle nose pliers, some precision screwdrivers, a little bit different figure stand. This has a smaller pin on it. It doesn't really show up on the camera. All right, so we need 4 Star Wars stands, or 3 3/4 inch stands, I should say, with the bigger pin. I don't think I have any small pin. Ooh, I do have some small pin. I need to make sure those get separated. I mean, it's kind of good because I didn't realize that I still had some. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, I'll definitely have to go through and separate those. Okay, so let's finish drying these. I mean, they kind of dried by themselves for most part. Make sure there's no water in the foot pegs. Okay, then I already forget. Greedo had the blue-black blaster. All right, there we go. So let's look at a repro with that. So here's all my repro weapons. So I've got everything labeled, so everything is very easily located. The goal is to have a complete loose collection, complete with authentic weapons, but it does take a while to find everything and find things at a price that is not absolutely ridiculous. Do I have a blue Imperial Blaster? I do not. That's a shame. All right, Rebel Blaster right there. Okay, so left hand is the, I believe these are 3D printed reproduction. Well, definitely a difference in the color. I can definitely see. Actually, so Luke's might actually be a little bit blue-black. So my right hand be on you guys' left side. Size, I mean, they're pretty similar. The feel of them, definitely can tell that the real McCoy there, the counter stuff is definitely a little bit, I mean, just like us, it's like you could tell there's like more of a rubber compound in here to where there's just straight up, you know, 3D print material, ABS plastic. Rebel Blaster. There we go. Okay. I guess I have a black Imperial Blaster, but that really just does not match that gun. So for now, IG-88 is going to just have his rifle, and that's going to be it. right. So here's our nice and clean IG-88. That is awesome. He's tall. I wonder what he is in height-wise compared to Chewy. Might have to do a comparison on who is the taller. Alright, got Luke on a stand. I'm loving this X-Wing fighter pilot, Luke Skywalker. Okay, and he is complete now with his blaster. So I did add 2 fully complete figures. I thought I was adding 3. So I'm adding 2 full and 2 partial figures because I do have one of the guns and Bib Fortuna does have his robes. So 4 new figures to add to the collection. I should say added to the collection. Let's grab Chewbacca and see the height difference. And then just grab the shortest figure while I'm at it. Oh yeah, definitely a difference in the height. All right. All right, so you guys can see there, definitely a difference in height. So I'm wondering, I bet that's the tallest standard vintage figure. Strange Dog, I think you may have dipped out, but I did wanted to show you this because this is a figure that you did give to me. And that is this Yoda, which is a 1980 from Empire Strikes Back. And I did put a repro cane with him. I'm probably going to get a new Yoda all together. But just because I need the robes, I need the snake. There's a belt that's over the robes. So I think it's just going to be better to just get an entire new figure because all of the accessories are going to cost more than what just getting an entire new figure cost anyways. Check that smile out. Yeah, Yoda is awesome. I don't know that Yoda has ever had. Yoda, would you like a figure bath? Actually, I know he did, now that I think about it, but we're going to give him one anyways. And actually, I have a Power of the Force Luke that I did notice was a little sticky the other day. So when your figures are getting sticky like that, usually it is just a sign of, I mean, it's plastic. It's like anything else. It's going to degrade over time. So unfortunately, that is the chemicals in the plastic starting to degrade. Some stuff's going to degrade faster than others. Actually, it's just the cape. His cape is what's sticky. That should just pop off, I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I don't want to submerge that, because this actually has batteries. I think it's working. Maybe it's not. I mean, this is a... Yeah, it is working. I can see down in there. You can see it blinking a little bit. So it might not be a bad idea to update, because these Powers of Force figures, they're 30 years old at this point too. So it's not a bad idea to change them batteries. I don't have very much power. I have some on-card Power to Force and like 3 figures. I have Chewbacca, this Luke, which is a Cinema Lights and Sound Luke. And I have something else in there I have jacked. That's the easiest way to tell if it's Power to Force, if it looks like it's on the roids. Oh, I think I have a Vader that's it's like Dagobah system Vader, like when Luke's seen him in that dream. It's that Vader where like his cape's kind of translucent. All right, so that'll take care of this for now, but I mean over time it's going to be sticky again. You'll notice that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. Original Playmates Turtles, they seem to always get sticky. So I think that's just the plastic that Playmates used, that the chemicals are starting to degrade. Yeah, it's still sticky. It's like I didn't even try. Well, that's unfortunate. Crazy to think that the Power to Force figures are over 30 years old at this point. All right, I'll get him back in the case where he goes. Yeah, I wish that would have been a little less sticky, but and just real quick here, we'll go on a little field trip. Okay, so there you go. So you guys can see that is a complete Obi-Wan Kenobi, complete big head Han Solo. My Lando is actually repro gun, repro cape, and I hate that repro cape. Cloud Car pilot, those are repro weapons. Akbar's staff is repro. Actually, everything else, all the weapons in there are going to be repro. Vader's cape is authentic, and I actually do have a second Vader coming that has the actual lightsaber, but the figure is missing the cape and was kind of beat up. So really it's just for nothing more than to steal the lightsaber from it and then put it right back up on eBay for sale. And I'll just show you guys the other Star Wars shelf while I'm in here. Yeah, so a couple Power to Force things back there, and the rest of the stuff's kind of modern. That metallic figure, Luke, that's actually like a Black Series, like Black Series metallic. Okay. Wow, we're already 35 minutes into the stream. All right, well, hope everybody's having a great start to your weekend. We're like the midway point. Go ahead and clean Yoda here real quick. Yoda was already clean. And rinse him. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Kind of got a little funny thing for here. Just something for the people that may watch this later on. If you watched it to this point, maybe we'll throw a little giveaway ski in there. Not sure what. I'll come up with something. Where's Greedo? There we go. So we have Greedo, we have Han. Anybody that watches this video later, leave in the comments, not the live comments, leave in the comments who you think shot first. And I will wait like maybe till next Saturday and pick a winner. I got a feeling a lot of people are not going to watch to that point or even realize that I'm about to drop a giveaway in there. But yeah, leave in the comments who shot first, Greedo or Han. Let me know your opinion, and I'll come up with a giveaway for you guys. Maybe like I don't know. Probably be something easy like maybe just like an Amazon card or something, like a $10 Amazon card. Just something to show my appreciation for anybody that takes the time to watch this live stream later on. Okay, we've got Yoda back on his stand. Get his cane back out. Or back to his hand. Okay. So Yoda, I need like a little stand to where like Yoda's just sitting here chilling like all the time. Like the camera's kind of going back and forth, like focusing on me and focusing on him. I love it. Yeah, just put like a little something up there where he's just standing there. So Yoda's always on the screen for every live stream. That would be funny. All right, so I'm going to start getting figures into the display. And then we'll show the display again. Oh, let's see. Greedo and 88 are bounty hunters, so I want them to rust the bounty hunters. guys at the moment. All right. So Bib's not really like. Yeah, we'll just leave Bib off to the side because Bib is actually like part of like Jabba the Hutt's palace crew. All right, so there we go. So here's the vintage Star Wars display currently today as it sits with Han and Obi-Wan complete, Luke complete, Greedo complete, IG-88 half complete, Vader half complete, and Bib Fortuna is half complete. Everything else repro weapons. But they do display nice. They do display nice, and they're good substitutes until I have the real thing. So I do have, like I think I already said it, I did order another Vader that just has a lightsaber, so Vader will be complete by the end of the week. And there we go. So Vader will be complete by the end of the week, and I also have already ordered a C3PO and an R2D2. The R2 looked pretty decent shape. Couldn't tell if there was much yellowing or not. That's a tricky one because the retro bright technique will work, but he has that sticker that goes around, and that makes me nervous. Like I'm gonna have to get creative to see how I clean him. Maybe take some plastic and some painter's tape or something and just kind of tape around the cylinder part to at least clean the rest of it. I might take some peroxide on a Q-tip and kind of clean it, and then maybe put it in front of UV light for a few days and see what that does. It all depends on the yellowing. See how bad the yellowing is. We'll go from there. Yeah, and then hopefully, yeah, we'll keep going on some things, keep adding to this collection. I mean, up to a couple weeks ago, I only had 4 Star Wars vintage figures. So I've had Chewie, Lando, Walrus Man, and that Stormtrooper for quite a few years. And I just haven't gotten around to getting. There's other things I wanted to finish. Like I was really heavy collecting WWE, Mattel at the time. I was really, I mean, as long as I've had this, I was knee deep in Funko at the time. So I'm literally down to 2 Funko Pops that are on display in this room. Double checking to make sure I'm not lying. Yeah, 2 Funko Pops plus a 3D printed pop of myself that a friend gifted to me, which that'll always stay. It's not an official Funko product, but yeah, okay. So we've been going for about 45 minutes here. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the stream up. My beer's getting empty here. I'm thirsty. I got the fan turned off here. All the air's off at the moment, so it's starting to get a little. I mean, it's 70 something degrees outside, but it's still getting a little toasty in here. So it's gonna end the stream just because of that more than anything. But hey, if you guys watch this later on, remember to like this video for me. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you enjoy this content and you consider subscribing. And remember, if you want to be included for a Amazon gift card, $10 Amazon gift card, U.S. residents only, because I'm not shipping stuff. And I'll just give you the code even if you don't want me to ship it. But yeah, like next Saturday, I'll draw. So remember, go into the comment, not the live comments, into the regular comments, and leave who shot first. You don't have to tell me who shot first, but just put who you think shot first, Greedo or Han. Leave that in the comments, and I will enter you into a drawing for an Amazon gift card of $10. Nice and cheap, but hey, $10, $10 in this economy. All right, you guys have a great evening. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time.